Okay, I think the easiest, most obvious route to figuring out what you're dealing with in the black, brown, yellow, red community is whenever one of our children is assaulted or murdered by a grown ass man, and it's justified because they run or they have an attitude or have a cell phone or a toy gun or egg a house or out too late buying Skittles. And whenever tragedies happen, like with the Sandy Hook children, I cannot think of a time where I saw one of us non white people saying that they deserved it because their parents were not the best or had them in the wrong school or whatever the case. There's always justifications. And it's a really scary situation if you are a black man or you're raising them or loving them or their other half on the female side. And it's sick because if you look on Facebook, there are certain sheriff's departments and sheriff's fans and sheriff's this, and their profile pictures and their cover pictures are them kissing and loving on little children. But then they share posts saying, if she would have got her ass whooped before, this never would have happened. So they're saying, one of my Facebook friends mentioned it, it's illegal for us to hit our children, but you're telling us we should have, so this wouldn't happen. So break the law so we don't have to break your kid's jaw. I think there's an issue, and there always has been an issue, but we're so blinded by it because we're afraid, because we know we're outnumbered, outmanned, outarmed, outtrained. It's a scary situation. But you got to wonder, if you love your children like you claim you do, why raise them to feel or believe something that's not true? We're not going to be seen as humans, no matter how good of people we are. We're always going to be seen as that black or brown or red or yellow so and so. And then whenever something bad happens, well, if your people just did this or just did that, it's always justifications. It's disgusting. I don't understand how in this country, on a regular basis, females who are assault victims, physical and sexual, to grown ass men are constantly shamed and blamed for everything tragic that happens to them. It proves how disgusting and sick and American we are. But to see where we stand whenever you're constantly turning on videos and seeing these high school children, 15, 16-year-olds, getting beat or pinned to the ground or thrown to the ground by grown-ass men because they got mouthy. And then you see all these black and brown and yellow and red people just watching. It's kind of a downer because we know that no matter how we stand for our own, the reality of it is if and when we are killed by them, our own will still justify why we deserved what we got, because so much easier to blame ourselves than it is to realize and look and see what we're dealing with, because the psychopathy runs, it runs deeper in America than Black Penis and Kardashians. It's fucking sick. And the justifications, I mean, if you can imagine a little white girl being handcuffed during school hours and how many codes and how much people would look into it and change things, and it's sick. But we will justify beating and killing ours. They will justify it. Everyone's in the same fucking boat, I guess. It's like we just fucking let go and said, you know what? Fuck it. No need. No need fighting. Have at us. Finish the job. It's fucking sick. And it's one thing, like, if I go out tomorrow and I stand firm and I end up killed and beat or commit suicide in county jail, people are going to be sad. They're going to say, oh, remember Ray, remember Ray. But you wouldn't have to if you were fucking not so worried about the death we all have and more so worried about at least standing up for your own people. It's this one-sided war. All these ducks, afraid to fly, afraid to drown. So we're just sitting fucking quiet.